What's up guys, your driver Mike here, back with another video. And today we're talking about what is the best timing for driving and when is it honestly the slowest. So we've talked before about trying to catch airport runs. Okay, let's just start earlier in the morning. 3, 4, 5 a.m. You're going to start to see generally those airport runs come in. Now again, note here, not all airports allow pickups and or drop-offs, so make sure you check with your local website with Uber to see if that's allowed. Moving into the later morning, okay, let's think about 6, 7, 8 a.m., maybe even 9 a.m. Now, of course, you're going to get that rush hour traffic. You're going to get the boosts or maybe a power zone incentive with Uber and Lyft. But the trade-off, of course, is the traffic. So that could result in slightly higher of a fare because it is going to take a little bit longer. But you have to weigh the cost and benefit of sitting in traffic. And you're really not going to get those miles, and the miles is what makes profit. Secondly, let's move into the early afternoon. Let's think 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m. Okay, so during this early afternoon section, you may see some slowdown. Now, of course, you want to check if there's any boost or power zone incentives with Uber and Lyft. Now, this is also a good place to experiment with other apps. If you're doing Postmates, DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, that may be a good time to look at maybe doing some lunch rush deliveries. Moving into the afternoon, 12, 1, 2, 3, again, pretty decent slowdown. And now the later we get into that early evening, let's say 3, 4, 5 p.m., again, you get that rush hour traffic heading out. Moving into early evening, 6, 7, 8 p.m., that's when there may be some happy hour rush rides. You may see some restaurant trips there. And then into the evening, depending on typically the day of the week, you're going to see the bar rush start, of course, with a big pickup from Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Now for me, typically I'll try to go 10 p.m. until about 3 or 4 a.m. It's really strictly the bar rush. But look for that pickup to start hitting the restaurants 6, 7, 8 p.m. and then 8 onwards hitting the bar rush. Now there is a slowdown even with the bar rush, okay? 9, 10, 11 is when you're going to get the crowd going to the bars. Now 11 to 12, typically I see it being kind of a dead hour. I mean, people that are going to the bars are generally already at the bars. And if they're at the bars, they're not leaving the bars yet. So 11 to 12, typically I see a slowdown. And then around 1 a.m., you'll get the crowd that wants to beat the rush at 2 a.m. when the bars close. Now, if your bars are open until 4 a.m., if you're in DC, if you're in New York City, you can adjust that accordingly. But if your bars close at 2 a.m., about 1 a.m., around there, you'll see the first wave starting to leave. 2 a.m., of course, is the biggest demand period, followed and tapering off at 3 a.m. After 3 a.m., it's kind of a hit or miss, depends on what kind of market you're in, what kind of a demographic you have. If you have a younger demographic, if you have a college town, you'll have the students staying up a little bit later, maybe bouncing between house parties. But from what I've seen, 3:34 is really the max for any demand period. Now keep in mind, again, with the airport runs, if your airport is flying out that morning, those 4 a.m. time slots can turn into airport runs. So what have you found to be the slowest time of the day? Would you agree with the 3 that I listed here, or have you experienced some different slowdowns? All right, guys, your driver Mike here. I do appreciate you watching. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.